And so if you're asked to sketch a simple function, it'll probably be in the form of the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And so you're most likely going to see it in this form here. So if you are sketching this graph, what they're first just asking you to do is to basically test points. I'm not a big fan of testing points in a table of values. I'm going to go through it here somewhat reluctantly, but so if they give you the following equation, y equals 3x plus 2, and what they're suggesting you do to start with before we talk more specifically about the equations and functions themselves is to just plug in these values, find out what the corresponding points are, and then just plot your equation or plot your graph. So if you test in, let's say 0 first. 3 times 0 is 0 plus 2 gives you a 2. So we could label the point 0, 2. And if we plug in a negative 1, 3 times negative 1 is negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So here we get negative 1, negative 1. And then you continue. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, so 1, and then 3, 4, 5, and so on. And so you get this graph that you can now sketch from this. You guys all remember doing this in algebra?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're using our calculators here more than doing things by hand, you don't really have to sketch it using the plotting points method. All you need to do is enter it on your calculator. So let's talk a little bit about how that's going to look. So again, if you have your calculator, you can take it out while I open this up. Your calculators will only graph functions. If you have something that's not a function, you have to kind of break it into pieces and graph each part individually. Now I think most of what you guys are going to be asked to graph in this class will be functions anyway, so it shouldn't be a big problem. Right, if you want to sketch the graph on your calculator, the way that you're going to do it is you're going to access this Y editor. The Y editor is located by hitting the green diamond and then F1. And that's going to give you this Y editor. Once you get into the Y editor, you can simply type in the function of your equation. Okay, so you don't need to type in the Y. That's already given, y equals, or y1 is equal to. You just type your equation as it appears. So 3x plus 2 is what I would enter in this case. Right now, your calculator has that equation stored in it. It'll show up on, as long as this little check is on the Y editor for equation y1. And you can still evaluate it based on that. If you wanted to look at the graph, to access the graph, you hit green diamond F3, and that's going to show you your graph. So here is the same graph here. You can evaluate the values of this graph by looking at the table. So the table is green diamond F5. If you hit green diamond and then F5, what you can see here is this set of tables. Okay, so if you wanted to see the points or plot the points, you can confirm what I have right here, negative 1, 2, 5, and we could continue 8 up here, negative 4, and so on. So you can evaluate the graphs for those. So this is the Y editor. If you wanted to graph it, the graphing is located at the green diamond plus the F3. And then finally, the table is located at the green diamond and then F5.